Hi guys, I'm back. Can you hear my dog scratching? Okay, my dog sat down here in case you can hear a scratcher make noises. Oh, I'm sorry if she's distracting. I'll try and make sure she's quiet and cut out any loud noises if she makes any. But I've been away for a while, and I'm gonna tell you why, because hopefully it'll get better. But the thing is, I was really fatigued and I was really tired, and I had no energy or anything, and I'd get home from work and instead of coming to make a video I'd just have to go straight to bed because I was just so tired and I hadn't have any energy to do anything, and I started feeling really down, really awful. So I ended up going to the doctors with it, and turns out I have blood tests and I have a B12 deficiency, so I'm not absorbing the vitamin B12 that I need, so I'm on a course of injections, and then once I've got the first 7 injections out of the way I just have to have more blood tests and see if it's helped, and then we'll find out from there whether I need them for, I don't know, years to come, or whether that's it, I'm done. So that's where I've been, that's why I haven't been here, because I haven't had the strength to make videos. I have just been so tired because it takes a lot of people to realise how much effort it takes to make the time to sit down, film, edit, upload. It takes hours, each one takes like hours at a time, so I don't know how people manage to upload videos like constantly, like 1-2 a week, because I can barely get one per month. I'm really sorry, but anyways, I've had my 3rd injection now, so I'm feeling a bit better. I've got a bit more energy. I've been out all morning, and now I'm going to film this video, get it up as soon as I can, so you guys can finally get some more content, and I'll just try and upload as quickly as I can from now on. If it's easy, I might try doing some live streams on YouTube, because I don't have to worry about editing them and stuff as much, and I can sort of do them from in bed where I can just relax, and that might work. But anyway, today's plan is I'm going to read some poetry to you from this brilliant book that I bought not so long ago. I wandered lonely as a cloud, and other poems you half remember from school, by, I can't read backwards, Anna Sampson. But this book is fantastic because it is genuinely so many poems that you forget that you learn at school. And I did English literature at A level, so a lot of these I worked with some of these things. I did coursework or exam prep and things like that on these poems. So some of them I just know, like everyone knows. Some of them are ones that are just really nice, and some of them I've discovered from reading this that I really like. So it's a brilliant book, really. I haven't bookmarked any pages or anything. I know where some of the ones I'd like to read are, and the rest I think I'm just going to wing it. I'm not 100% sure with the rhythm of some of them, so if I make mistakes during some of them, I'm sorry, it's my fault. My dog is whining. a short introduction about basically saying how these are all poems that you read at school and you forgot about, and now you're reading them again, and yeah, it's a nice little introduction if you have time to read it. So, a couple of different poems. Some of these I have no idea about. Yeah, I'll read this one because I didn't actually study this one, but everyone knows it. Everybody knows it. Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare. And forgive me if I get some of these words wrong, if I pronounce them wrong, because I never claimed that I was actually good at reading. Though I enjoy reading, I'm not great at reading out loud, so I'm sorry if some of these are a bit terrible. Okay. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaves hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when internal lines due time thou outgrowest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Ah, how nice. I really don't know if I said any of those words right. Shakespeare is so difficult. Groused, groused, oust. I don't know what that is. If you guys know how to pronounce that, tell me. Because I have no idea. I don't know this poem, but I might try and read it. By Donne. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But this poem is called Song, and I have no idea. Stupid squeaker. I have no idea how it's read, so I'm gonna wing it completely and have a go. Go and catch a falling star. Get with child mandrake root. Tell me where all past years are, or who cleft the devil's foot. Teach me to hear mermaids singing, or to keep off envy's stinging, and find what wind serves to advance an honest mind. If thou be born to strange sights, things invisible to see, ride 10,000 days and nights, till age snow-white hairs on thee. Thou, when thou return'st, wilt tell me all strange wonders what befell thee, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. If thou find'st one, let me know. Such pilgrimage were sweet, yet do not, I would not know. I would not go. The at next door we might meet, though she were true when you met her, and last till you write your letter, yet she will be false ere I come to 2 or 3. I have no idea what that meant, if I said any of it right. I don't know that one, but it sounds nice. I think it was called Song actually, but I'm not 100% sure. I hate this joy. Now we read to his coy mistress, or we read a bit of it in my English literature, but I never liked it, so I'm not going to read it. Sorry if you was expecting that one or hoping for that one. Wasn't my kind of thing. There's some really good ones in here. I'm going to just read a couple of titles out. Oh, what is this? Ode on the death of a favourite cat drowned in a tub of golden fishes. That's a good title. I don't think I'd be able to read it though, because it's... Yeah, I'll try it. I'm gonna try it. I like the title, so I'm gonna go for it. It's by Thomas Gray, who lived in 1716 to 1771. Not 19, that would be a very long living man. Sorry guys, I've just had to kick my dog out into the hallway because she keeps making noises. Like my squeaky chair. Okay, I'm going to attempt to read this. It probably won't go very well. 'Twas on a lofty vase's side, where China's gayest art had died, that azure flowers that blew, demurest of the tabby kind, the pensive Selima reclined, gazed on the lake below. This is terrible. This is falling apart. Her conscious tale her joy declared the fair round face, the snowy beard, the velvet of her paw, her curve that with the tortoise eyes, her ears of jet and emerald eyes, she saw and purred applause. Still had she gazed, but midst the tide, two angels from were seen to glide. The genii of the stream, their scaly armours tyrian hue, throw riches purple to the view, betrayed our golden gleam. The hapless nymph with wonder saw a whisker first and then a claw. With many an ardent wish, she stretched in vain to reach the prize. What female heart can gold despise? What cat's adverse to fish? Presumptuous maid, with looks intent, again she stretched, again she bent, nor knew the gulf between. Malignant fate sat by and smiled, the slippery verge her feet beguiled. She tumbled headlong in. 8 times emerging from the flood, she mewed to every watery god, some speedy aid to send. No dolphin came, nor nereid stirred, nor cruel Tom, nor Susan heard. A favourite has no friend. From hence ye beauties undeceived, no one false step is near retrieved, and be with caution bold. Not all that tempts your wandering eyes in heedless hearts is lawful prize, not all that glistens gold. That was a mess, complete mess. I'm sorry. I'm gonna find something I can read now. Some The Tiger and a red rose. I wanted lonely as a cloud. The Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Now I studied the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. The whole thing. It's a long poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and I studied that for quite a while. In my English literature. But I'm not going to read it because it takes forever, and there's only an extract in here, but I still can't deal with it. I did quite like that poem though. I like the bit when he has to like start drinking his own blood so he doesn't die of thirst. I think that's really trippy. As awful it is, I kind of like that gruesome side to it. I read this one out loud before, but people know it, everyone knows it, so I'm gonna give it a go. I said that about the last one and it was a terrible idea. So, this is Sonnet 43 by Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and I'm gonna give it a go. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach when feeling out of sight, for the ends of being an ideal grace. I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with a passion put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with a love I seem to lose with my lost saints. I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life, and if God choose, I shall love thee after. I shall but love thee better after death. That was fine until the last line. Okay, this is one I actually do want to read for you guys. It's an extract, so it's not the whole thing, because the whole thing would take forever. Though if you really, really did want that, if you asked for it, I would probably do that. If this even goes well. But I want to read the extract of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Everybody knows The Raven. Everybody knows this book. But this poem. But it's a classic and it's genius and it's so beautiful, and I love the rhythm of this one. I actually know the rhythm of this one, and it's just so clever. So I'm going to read what I can. Look at you up first. Alright, and I'm going to read this. So, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. If I make mistakes once again, I'm sorry. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my book secretes of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. Open here I flung the shutter, when, with a many a flirt and flutter, is there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisant made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mane or lord of lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still if bird or devil, by the heaven that bends us above us, by what God we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if, within the distant Auden, it shall clasp a sainted maiden whom the angels name Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word or sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked unstarting, get thee back into the tempest and the night's plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart and take thy form from off my door, quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the steaming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplit o'er him steaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. And I don't think I did too bad on that one. Still pretty shocking though. You shouldn't be allowed to read. I can't read aloud for a good reason. I shouldn't have to. Now that's Lady of Shalott. Everyone did Lady of Shalott. But it goes on forever. There's a couple that I just want to read to you. Get through some of these that many have. I'll do another one of these if you guys like this. You'll have to tell me and then I'll find some more. I've got another poetry book which is brilliant, and it's all female poets from the 90s and it's fantastic. So if you're interested in anything like this poem book, then I can do another one. This is what I wanted to read. Now I know I'm gonna get something wrong on this because the Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. I'm guaranteed to get something wrong. I'm guaranteed to pronounce something wrong with words such as brillig, turves, wraiths or wraths. I don't know. I'm gonna say wraiths. This maximum. You know what? I'm gonna wing it, and if it's awful, it's awful. But here we go. The Jabberwocky by, it's just called Jabberwocky, shall I say, by Lewis Carroll. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy turds did gyre and gimble in the wabe, all mimsy where the bar grows, and the moon roughs have crib. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jubjub bird, and shun the frummiest bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the maximum foe he sought. So rested he by the tumtum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went calumping back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, callooh, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy turds did gyre and gimble in the wabe, all mimsy where the bar grows, and the mome wraths outgrabe. What a good poem! What a good poem, you guys! So good. I love that one. My dog's making so many noises outside. I'm gonna have to totally check up on her soon. But I'm gonna read you this one because it's nice and short, and I like short poems because they just keep my attention longer. But I like one. This is called Requiem by Robert Louis Stevenson, and it's really, really good. This is a little description here of the poem I'm going to read. It says, Stevenson settled in Samoa, where the natives revered him as the local storyteller. He was buried there, overlooking the sea, with this verse inscribed upon his tomb. Under the wide and starry sky, dig the grave and let me die. Glad did I live and gladly die, and I laid me down with a will. This be the verse you grave me. This be the verse you grave for me. Here he lies where he longed to be. Home is the sailor home from sea, and the hunter home from the hill. And it's sweet, and it's small, and I like it. Poems don't have to be long. Some of the shortest poems are the best poems. I'm going to read you two of my favourite poems, both by the same poet, in here in a little while, because they're short but they're fantastic. So many poems in here. You guys will know them. Okay, I will read this one because at the end of my last video, if you watched it, I recited a very short poem by Robert Frost called Fire and Ice, and this is another Robert Frost poem. Everybody has heard at school. I remember that pretty much every assembly we had in exam season was followed by this poem as an inspirational poem, when actually it's not an inspirational poem at all. If you really think about it, he's saying it doesn't matter which road you actually took in the end, but either way, here we go. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves and a step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how where leads on to it, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhat ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Nice little poem, but you gotta think about it. Actually, if most people have watched Orange is the New Black, I've only just started watching it, so bear with. But in I think it's the first season, Piper is talking about that poem. Someone says something about it, and she explains why people seem to get the poem wrong. It's a really good explanation, and I really like what she has to say about it. It's good. You guys should totally find it. So, here we go. These are like two of my favourite poems, both by Dorothy Parker. She's brilliant, and it was National Poetry Day the other day, and I put one of these poems on my Instagram account. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll find it. If not, you can always check it out by going to my channel. Not that I'm self-promoting or anything, but anyways, so this is two brilliant poems, one called Resume and then one called Unfortunate Coincidence. I'll start with Resume. Razors pain you, rivers are damp, acid stains you, and drugs cause cramp. Guns aren't lawful, nooses give, gas smells awful, you might as well live. Genius, brilliant. And this is Unfortunate Coincidence. By the time you swear you're his, shivering and sighing, and he vows his passion is infinite, undying, lady, make note of this, one of you is lying. She's just, they're so simple, but they're just so good. Now, okay, I will read this one as well, because we did study W.H. Auden in English literature. I just got a heart attack because my computer just made a very loud noise and scared the crap out of me. So let me just cut that bit out and do it again. So I'm going to read this poem by W.H. Auden because we studied Auden English literature in A-level, and we didn't do this poem, but we did do a lot of Auden poems, and I thought Auden was brilliant. And this is the most famous Auden poem, Funeral Blues, which you'll know if you've seen Four Weddings and a Funeral, which I haven't. I tried watching it and I can't stand Hugh Grant, so I had to turn it off. But that's not the point. It's a brilliant poem. It's very sad, but it's peaceful. So, stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone, prevent the dog from barking with a juicy bone. Silence the pianos, and with muffled drum, bring out the coffin, let the mourners come. Let aeroplanes circle moaning overhead, scribbling on the sky the message, he is dead. Put crape bows around the white necks of the public doves. let the traffic policeman wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south, my east and west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out every one. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Bar away the ocean and sweep up the wood, for nothing now can ever come to any good. I can't believe I read the whole thing without messing it up. That was good. That's a really good poem actually, but I'm not going to read it because there's quite a lot of swearing in it, and I don't know who watches this, so I don't want to swear too much at all, really. But if you want to read it, it's a really good poem. It's called This Be the Verse by Philip Larkin, so go give it a read if you want to read that one. It's pretty good. I'll probably read one more. Last poem in the book actually. This one I definitely studied, and I love this poet, Carroll Duffy. She's the first female and openly gay poet laureate. She is fantastic. She has a brilliant anthology called The World's Wife. If you are interested in feminist poetry, she's fantastic. This is a poem called Valentine. We studied this in GCSE, I think, and then possibly again at A-level because I did more on Carroll Duffy through literature. I absolutely love this poem, and it's quite brief, but if anyone likes things like, Carroll Duffy, strong female poets, she's brilliant. So, Valentine. Not a red rose or a satin heart, I give you an onion. It is a moon wrapped in brown paper. It promises light, like the careful undressing of love. Here, it will blind you with tears, like a lover. It will make your reflection a wobbling photo of grief. I am trying to be truthful, not a cute card or a kissogram. I give you an onion. Its fierce kiss will stay on your lips, possessive and faithful, as we are, for as long as we are. Take it. Its platinum loops shrink to a wedding ring, if you like. Lethal. Its scent will cling to your fingers, cling to your knives. Oh, so good. So good. I like that one. That's a fair few poems out of the poetry book. Like I said, there's plenty more in here, plenty more to go through if you want me to read more of them. If there's any poets you particularly like, or any poems that you like that you want me to read, let me know. I'll make a list, I'll make a big poetry binder thing, and I'll just go through and read all the poems you guys want me to read. As long as they're not vulgar and they are, family friendly, to a degree. I know some might not be, just so they're like acceptable, no swearing and things like that. But yeah, I'll happily read any books or poems or things that you want me to read, that's fine. Yeah, so really sorry to you guys that I haven't been uploading that much, and hopefully now that I'm having these injections I'll feel so much better and I'll have more time to get some energy and make something and upload something, so fingers crossed. And I will see you guys soon, I promise. If you want to keep updated with what I'm doing, the best place to go is either my Instagram or my Twitter page, which is always at the end of every video, and you can find it on my channel. And it's just easier for me to update you guys on why I'm not putting videos up, or if I'm having troubles or with my videos and things like that, or if you guys want me to suggest anything or sneak previews or whatever, you can check all that through that. So that's your best place to go, so check it out if you want to know. I hope this has been relaxing for you guys, because I know I've been on a bit of a ramble, and and I'm quite bad at reading some poems, and I'm not good at reading poetry out loud. I yawn all the time. Sorry. So, thanks guys, and I will see you next time.